So it's me, JR. Uh, you know, now I'm gonna talk about how I went to prison. Uh, you know, the cartels, they buy the cops. They do business with the cops. Sergeants, sheriffs, LAPD. They do business with them. You know, and the cop that arrested me is the cop that Rachel told me about when I was in Whittier. Yeah, I got arrested in South Central LA, and before I got arrested, Rachel had told me she knew this cop that does business with the South Side, and as Mexican Mafia, which is some guy named with the starts with a D. I don't remember his name, but he's bald and black, and he's a sergeant for the sheriffs in South Central. So when she described it as it is when he arrested me. Uh, all the details she gave me, it was that dude. Then he came arrested me, big old dude, and I got arrested. So I did something messed up to her. Uh, it was not that kind of messed up if you really think about it, because I've been through a lot. I got set up, I got jumped, you know. It's just dudes like want to set you up to be tagging and leave you and not call you up and fucking tagging up and fuck you up and getting hit with the bottle, trying to murder you, you know, um, and stuff like that. So it's not really you know that bad, and they're trying to kill you. They come to the park not to hang out for like a long time, but come to the park and work out for what? You know what I mean? It's all about business. They want to murder you. So they want to know something that they want to find something out. So so um, I guess in South Central the cartels run everything. They run all the drugs and everything. They have juice with the Mexican mafia. So they have juice. So if they want something done, they could get it done by the Mexican mafia, and I've seen it happen before. Um, you know, there's this one kid. There's this dude that got shot. It just happens. Like you don't want to mess with the cartels over there. But anywho, I had I anywho, so I had this pocket knife in my pocket, and uh, I did something messed up to her. You know, it was a setup because everything was there. And it's not hard for you to figure it out or try to do something, but you know, uh, I did something messed up to her. Not that of a big old deal, but something messed up. You know what I mean? I mean, it's not right, but you gotta teach her a lesson and shit. You know what I mean? She don't listen and stuff like that. So I have a pocket knife. I'm in a train station uh, on Blue Line that runs through all South Central, and we get in an argument because we were supposed to sell some weed that we still had left over, and she didn't want to, and uh, she dropped the backpack. Had a bike, and then a big old mess on a train station. You know what I mean? I basically kidnapped her and assaulted her. I basically kidnapped her and assaulted her, and I went to prison for that. I put a knife on her, and as in a train station in front of public, and no one snitched. There's this black guy that snitched, and me and blacks, we had a problem all the time, and that had to do with the cartels. I didn't get along with the blacks. The blacks were always trying to fight me everywhere, you know, and they didn't like me for some reason, So uh, I put a knife on her. I told her to come with me, and the cop came. Rachel snitched on me. She told the cops that was my backpack when he asked. well, whose backpack is this? She said that's his. You know, like straight out the back. And I looked at her like, I told her don't say nothing. I told her because the cops are coming. I told her don't say nothing, and say nothing happened. And she, the cop said, "Where's the knife at?" I tossed it. "Where's the knife at?" I don't know what you're talking about. You know. And he's all alright. Who's give me your backpack? Let me search you guys. Like, who's this? Like, that's his. And it was a big jar worth $80 of weed. And you know, uh, the guy said, "I'm not gonna charge you for it," since she was the one carrying it, but she snitched on me saying it was my weed, so there's gonna be paperwork on there. And she works for the Mexican mafia, so it's gonna be bad for her. You know what I mean? Because there's no snitching in the mafia. You know what I mean? When it comes to paperwork and police officers, you can't snitch. So uh, she I told, and he said, they so what happened? We heard that you're put a knife on her. Is that true? And I told her nothing happened, right? And I looked at Rachel. I was like, nothing happened, right, Rachel? And she didn't say nothing. He's all right. Turn around. And I got arrested for that. And the 3 patrol cars came in. They were searching everything. All cricket. They're all cricket. And they come here. They come in the group cricket. And I go to prison. I mean, I'm back in the police car. She's right there talking to them in the group. I can't see what she's saying, but the guy has a clipboard, a paper, and she's right there standing, and he's just right there, with the paper clipboard. And like, how she's snitching on me, and that's it. And she told me the last thing she said, like, "I love you." She said, "I'll wait for you." So um, pretty much. I'm green lighted as well as it is. I got green lighted. So I went to county, Supermax, and, everything starts there. You get weird vibes about everybody. You know what I mean? I'm in LA County now, and, pretty much how they shipped me off to Supermax over there on Wayside, which is another prison, but it's like a higher offense. So most likely people that go over there are gonna do a prison sentence. And I got my charges were kidnapping with assault with a deadly weapon, and those were the 2 charges, and perhaps battery as well, I believe. But because she had a bruise on her face. So I go in there, and I'm a Supermax, and there's some Mexican mafia dude in there, in a prison cell, a dorm with a bunch of bunks, double bunks. I mean triple bunks, and Mexican mafia dude's just staring at me from the balcony. And I'm looking at him. He's just staring at me. He keeps on staring at me right when I get in. You know what I mean? And his name was Big Al from Westside Wimas. And he was the shot caller there. And he was an OG. And he's just staring at me. He knew they got the word got there quick. It's like they made a phone call before I got there. So everybody, they knew everything. They were making phone calls to prison. Hey, if there's a dude that his name is blah 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 and blah blah blah, kill him and shit. Because they didn't want to. They can't kill me outside. So what they're gonna do is kill me inside. You know what I mean? If they couldn't kill me outside, they're gonna kill me inside. Because once you go to prison, everything takes place in prison. All the politics. That's what Mario told me. Mario told me, "Hey, JR, everything takes place in prison. So if you're green lighted, they're gonna take care of you in there. You know what I mean? They're gonna kill you in prison. You know what I mean? And it's hardly if they kill you out here, but they're gonna kill you in there." And Mario was talking about a bunch of stuff when I was kicking it with them. He was talking about SNY, PC, which is if you're no good, they move you to the other yard away from the sureños, and you're gonna be with the norteños, sureños, blacks, whites, Asians, and it's all together. So so you could talk to them, and share stuff with them and trade stuff, and laugh with them, and you know what I mean, get the same tattoos as what they're getting. You know what I mean? And the other side, which is the sureños, you can't do that. You cannot share, talk. You cannot do nothing. Because it's really strict. You gotta stay on your side. So so I already knew about the PC. I'm a PC up because it's no good for me. People are staring at me, making me wait. They're telling weird comments. They already knew everything about me. They knew what I did, and it's just like everybody knew, and Big Al knew, and there was one night where I couldn't sleep. I woke up, and I thought they were gonna burn me. I heard a lighter, a flash, and I got up, and the dude told there's two dudes that keep a night watch, just in case anything happens with the blacks, whites, but they have a night watcher. So nobody was awake from the blacks. All the blacks were sleeping. Everybody was asleep. There's no night watch. There's only night watch for the Mexicans, sureños. And I woke up when I heard the lighter. I thought they're gonna put gasoline on me or burn me or do something, So I woke up. I got off my bunk. I went to sit down where the tables are at, and they all come to my table, and they sit on different tables, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm about to go run to the door, and tell the cops to get me out of here. And there's some dude named Ghost, and there's some other youngster, and Ghost tells the other youngster, he's all like, hey, do something about it. He's all like, the youngster's like, what do you want me to do? It's like, do something about it. He said, what do you want me to do? I can't do nothing about it, because I was awake and I was sitting down, you know what I mean? And I don't know, they didn't want to talk to me. I was just sitting down. It's like, hey, what are you doing up so? Like, what are you doing here? So I couldn't sleep, and they don't tell me nothing. You know what I mean? Usually they'll be strict and say, hey, you can't be out here, go back to your rack, or or a strict policy. And it was no good for me. They were looking at me like if they wanted to kill me. The dude next door, there's other next door people that got stabbed up. The dude put a nice piece up to his ass, and got caught, couldn't sit down, and they were stabbing the dudes. They had a riot, and they were throwing gas bombs, and people get stabbed up. So I already knew it was no joke. So when it was time for me to go, I did 3 months there. It was time for me to go. There was lifers, killers, a bunch of stuff, going to prison, a bunch of sureños, big dudes, people that had been doing time, all that. And it gets real, it gets really serious, like it's no joke. So it was time for me to go. I got a court date, and a bunch of people are telling me weird stuff. They're all, they made comments. They'd be like, hey, watch out for Güero. Everybody knew about it. The county is pretty big. You have a bunch of dudes coming in daily, and everybody's knowing. And they make a comment saying, watch out for Güero Parma. Talking about the dude from Sinaloa and shit. They told me to watch out for him. And they made comments like that, and I'm like, like, what the heck? Like, what the heck? You just told me watch out for who? Güero Parma? And they're talking about watch out for the Chapo. I mean, watch out for this dude. They're telling me basically to watch out for this dude right here. And they're trying to scare me and stuff. Tweakers and Southsiders, and dude from 18th Street, when I go in, dead man walking. You know what I mean? I don't even know him. He don't know me. He's right there saying dead man walking when they call me up. So I was like, damn, like they're trying to warn me, saying lock it up, because if you don't, or tell somebody, because you're gonna get stabbed up. You know what I mean? So basically they warn me, saying you're gonna get stabbed up if you don't lock it up, because when you go to prison, upstate prison, they're gonna stab you up. And it was time for me to go. No, I went to court. They told me the girl didn't come 2 times, and they tried to give me 10 years, almost 11 years. For one of my charges. The other charge, I took a strike. They told me, you want to take a strike because you're gonna face, I don't know how much, but we could take. I'll give you a deal. You'll take a strike for this one, and then you do, and or you want to fight it. You're gonna do some time. So they're trying to like give me some big time. Like I was gonna come out when I was 30. So I don't want to fight. Like I don't want to fight it. And whatever deal you're giving me, I don't like it. And the guy's like, since your first time, we're gonna give you a slap in the wrist. We're gonna give you 2 years, 2.5. So you're only gonna do half time. We're gonna give you 2 years with half. So you're gonna do about a year and like 5 months, a year almost. So I'll take it. So I took a strike. Out of my 3 strikes, I took a strike. And they were trying to, give me some time. And I got shipped out to prison. It's a process to get shipped out to prison. You gotta wait like 3 months, before you go to prison. So I'm waiting. I took my 3 months, and it's a long process. You don't even want to like feel that. If you never did time before, you're not gonna be used to it. You know what I mean? You're gonna feel like it's not good. Anyway, but I go upstate. I'm taking the bus. I go to Delano. I'm still GP, which is with the Sureños. So I'm in the bus with them, and I gotta watch out because these dudes in the back, they have chains. They could fucking choke you out. The dude could beat you up from the side. Because you have 2 men sitting next to you. Dude could choke you from behind or hit you. Bah, bah, And there's some dude behind me. And I didn't trust him, He looked pretty angry and, he had big old arms and, I was like, I put my head down all the time, Just in case this dude tried to, like choke me out, and I had a feeling. But, I got there to reception. Reception is where they keep you before they send you out to your real prison. So it's county, reception, and then prison. Reception is like they're gonna keep you there for as long as they can, a year, and they're gonna say where to put you at. So they're gonna send you because there's a lot of prisons. So I go to reception. I go to Delano. I go up north, Delano. So I'm right there chilling, and I PC up. I go to SNY. And pretty much, and I'm right there. PC now. So now they send me to a dorm with PCs. 25ers, Northern Riders. Dropout gangs, active gangs, and they're all active, and it's really active there. It's way different from GP. There's no rules, and as SNY and PC, you can do what you want. But you gotta be respectful. The number 1 rule, you gotta keep everything clean, and when it's your time to clean, you gotta clean. And keep the bathrooms clean, and you'll be alright. Be respectful. Everybody knows that. You know what I mean? And you'll be alright. There's people that click up, there's people that do their own business. It's just like people doing their own thing. You gotta respect that. And you can do what you want. You can walk on your sandals, talk to anybody. People are actually, people like. When I was in reception, people actually was enjoying the SNY life, and it was just like a beautiful day, It was like a beautiful day, and but there's riots. It's really active, It's pretty fun, but it's pretty active at the same time. From GP to SNY, I like SNY better, and pretty much she's way better, you know. It was pretty active. The Northern Riders were being active. You got the NF, dropout NFs, which is New Flowers. They were there as well. But they're active. They had riots. They had two 25ers and Northern Riders were about to go at it. A group of Norteños and a group of Sureños are about to do a riot. One time. You know, um, Sometimes they go at it and sometimes they don't. It's just beef. Like you get down and that's it. You got down. You know, that's it. And pretty much. But they click up sometimes. If they want to take a big ass giant, talking about 6'4", they'll click up. Or if they want to take about four of you or four dudes that want to click up, they'll call in the Sureños and Norteños and they'll fight you. They'll jump you till you get out. Even it has to deal with big old black dudes, because the black people are big. They're big. So they have to get back up, and they gotta jump a big old black dude, because this dude's out of pocket, out of bounds. They jump them and stuff. But there's structure when it comes to SNY, and what I seen, there's a yard. There's a big yard and it's all desert. You gotta do your pull-ups in the hot sun. You only get a yard about like once a week. So every week, once a week, you gotta go to yard, mandatory. And they share yards, so you got a different time where different people go to yard. And the Norteños, they go to yard with the blacks and whites and maybe Sureños. And you see the Norteños, they stabbing people. They had about 4 stabbings in 1 month. And that's I don't know about that, but they have 4 stabbings in 1 month, and people are getting stabbed up in the yard. You got people getting dropped with batons. The cops. There's a dude stabbing one guy, and the baton hits him in the head. He drops. He's laid out on the ground. He's dead. And you got dudes jumping, like one dude, and dude's getting stabbed up. He survives. He locks it up. He comes to actually to my, not to my, but to the where I'm at. And he's talking to Norteños and doing business with them. And it's a Norteño. I actually meet him, and he comes from the other side, but they were stabbing him up. But from the looks of it, it looks like they were acting like they were hitting him. He wasn't getting stabbed up. He was acting like they were hitting him. And so he comes on this side and he's talking to the PCs. He's talking to the SNYs. And he's a fat dude. And I'm right here talking to him. I'm right here actually talking to him. Like, hey, what happened? Like, oh, they got off on me. And I was like, damn, that sucks, And after that, he only stayed there for 2 days. After 2 days, he was gone. They shipped him out, And I found that was pretty weird, but he acted like it was nothing, I didn't even see no marks on him or nothing, They say they were stabbing them up. They were beating them up, but I don't know what the heck they were doing. But there was 2 guys against 1, and they were Norteños. And they come from the active side. So it was like something's going up where, like, I don't know if they were acting or not, but they look like they were acting. And they're over here talking to the SNYs, the Northern Riders, the NF, the Dropouts, New Flower. That's the clique from the NF. It's a dropout clique, which is called New Flower. And then the ones that are below that is the Northern Riders. The Northern Riders follow the NF. And there's like a couple of guys in there, like back in the days. Back in the days where the Mexican Mafia was first starting in the 70s, you have like a group of like 4 people, the max, and Northern Riders follow them, and pretty much small group, and and pretty much you have dudes from like your area, other areas. You have people from your area that live up north. It's just everybody spread it out. And that was it for but everybody knew about it. there's dudes looking at me, like everybody knew. And you know, it's like they get the word too, you know, because everybody knew. There's some dude from the Latin Kings from Chicago, and this dude had juice. He had money, and you know, he knew everything and stuff, you know, and pretty much. Uh, it's hard to explain because only I would know, you know, because I was seeing stuff and like I would know, but you know, this dude knew something about him. He knew about he actually talked like the girl that was talking to me at the bus stop and asking about my bike, and she dressed it like the old school Italian lady from like Italy, and you know, he kind of sounded like her, you know, and pretty much. But anywho, you know, that was that. I went to my other prison. I left that prison. I went to my other prison, and what do you call it? I got a tattoo there actually. You know, I actually got a tattoo on my leg. It's Day of the Dead. I got this tattoo because I wanted to get it, you know, not because it meant something. But you know, people usually get Day of the Dead is because they're dead. It's PC, you know, it's a PC tattoo, and I got it. It's on my leg right here. You know, it's Day of the Dead means you're dead. It means you're PC, you're a dropout. So if you see somebody who has Day of the Dead, it's because they're a dropout. A lot of people are getting that tattoo, Day of the Dead. You know, and I got it there because the cops, if they find you getting tatted up, they're gonna take you to the SHU, and you can't get tattoos because they're gonna give you 115s, and you're gonna do an extra 60 months on your time. I mean, an extra 6 months. So I kept it there on my leg, and you know, the cops were searching me, taking my shirt off, and you know, doing all that weird stuff. Anywho, but this how I kept my hair when I was PC. I kept it down because you know I wasn't rolling with them. You know what I mean? But pretty much, a lot of shit happened there. A lot. Uh, what do you call it? Pretty much, I got shipped out to my other prison, my real prison I was at. I was up north. Actually, I was in some prison, like low key prison, and you know, the guy that I was talking about, Veneno, which was Spider's uncle, I meet him. You know, I meet this dude. I swear to God. Can you believe that? I actually meet him. I meet Spider's uncle. He's PC. And Mario was telling me he was somebody. Like, yeah, Veneno, he's somebody. He put a hit on Spider. You know? So if he put a hit on him, like, how's that work? He's PC. You know what I mean? He has no power. You know, so I don't. Mario must have been a liar, or he probably got green lighted before he locked it up. You know what I mean? I don't fucking know. But I meet Spider's uncle, Veneno, and he comes from Pelican Bay, the SHU. He did about 15 years in the hole, straight, and he's been down since 2002. And he was in Pelican Bay all his time, 15 years. And he said he locked it up because he couldn't take it no more. He was in the hole, and he told the guards, "Hey, I want to lock it up." He's like, "Okay, we'll see if you can lock it up. We'll see if you can breathe. We're gonna talk to the sergeant." And the sergeant, you know, they gave him a letter back saying, "Okay, you gotta prove. You could come in and talk to us. You gotta tell us what you know, how do you know what do you guys do? You know, I don't know if he was from the Mexican mafia or not, but you know, Veneno right now he's like in his 60s. You know, long hair. He's an Indian now. He grew his hair out all the way. It's a thick ass hair, and he grows Indian, native, and you know, he's straight gangster and stuff. And you know, they call him Veneno. You know, he did a life term because he shot somebody, but I meet this guy, you know, and this guy is, you know, he runs the whole prison for the SNYs. They have no power, you know. There's some juice that people have in SNY, but not that much, but there's no power usually. So Manelo has no power, for I know of, and but he has juice. Talking about people respect him, the norteños, the youngsters, like the Southsiders, they follow him, and I meet him and stuff, and that was it. When I was doing my time, nothing much pretty happened there. Everything was like soft in that yard. So I got out, and you know, uh, yeah, pretty much I got out, and and I got out. And this is where the Italians started coming. The Italians, and the Italians starts to come in and stuff, and but anyways, but I'll talk about that in my next video about the Italians. It's almost ending from what happened to me from age 18 to age 23 as we speak right now. And it has to deal with the Italian boss from the Gambino from New York. He came on the news, and it has to deal something with over here, and pretty much it's I don't even know what happened, but it's really familiar. I don't know who called the shots or anything, but President Trump comes in, and he's on TV, and he's talking about it, because something went down, and he was all like, it was on everybody's TV. I don't know if you guys seen it, but he was on TV saying, I think it was like 3 years ago on Christmas when he was on TV. It was like about 6 o'clock, and he was all like, when I find you, you'll see. When we catch you, you're gonna pay, And Donald Trump was on TV like that, and it gets serious. Like shit went down, and it's pretty sad, but it went down. But I'm gonna talk about it in my next video. And right now I don't know what's going on much, but I know a little bit. You know what I mean? But it's people getting killed and stuff. But I'm gonna talk about that in my next video. I'm gonna end it here.